the spanker. That's what matters most. You don't have BR here, so are we seeing a nade fest off rip?
It's gonna be, I imagine it's gonna be a nade fest, but where those nades are gonna go, I don't know, dude. Like, we'll see what happens. As you guys will see in chat, that Game Pass has PC games, so you should grab some of those, and they'll be on the billboard some here in game at some point, I'm sure of it. But right now, we're straight into it, and that Stalker is in hand.
So quickly, we've already gotten to the pace, and one of the players I'm most excited to watch is, of course, Formal. I mean, the dude who has won Call of Duty championships, won Halo championships, and even as recently was teaming and scrimming with SSG. Give him some interesting weapons, you'll see some interesting things. Stock rifle connects for the headshot, and already he's got 2 on the board. Make it 3 potentially. He has still a dash, doesn't matter. Formal, lighten it up, double kill off rip.
Easy peasy for him, but it looks like it's not Bulldogs. It looks like it's Stalkers, so, you know, we let it up into it. Even better. You got the short range, you got the long range, and if you can hit that 2-shot into the headshot, you're getting that easy kill there. Already, we're still on board with Formal. Gets the 1 shot, doesn't quite hit the headshot, but it's still enough with that Stalker to make it happen.
I mean, Steve Downs called all of our creators to this event for a reason, and apparently Formal answered that call very quickly. He almost turns on another, and off the early going, Team Tommy certainly having their way with it as they have control of the ball back at C, and this is where you'd like to hold. Watch those players rotating from mid on oddball spawn. It's a killing spree. It's a bing bong, and one more. Nope, Formal gets cut down, but that's all that they needed, and that healthy lead early on. I mean, Blake, this is just amazing.
The 49 points already through here is ridiculous. Tommy trying to make something happen, but that is a ridiculous couple of shots coming from Sneaky Beaver. We'll put him down there. But yeah, back C is a really nice position to hold this one, especially if you've got the Stalkers in hand, because you can see right across from stairs into B. But it's the fight with the stairs at the moment over towards B side. Nades come through, and he drops over the top side. That is a sneaky play.
It's going to be one of the tougher positions to break if you could kind of hit that ledge jump over the back driveway. You can break up into the catwalk. Still, though, you're hoping the swords can get up close to potentially break this hold. Still 61-1, unfortunately. It's a 60-point lead, but things might swing. And here comes a chance. There's one with a sword, potentially more. And we'll hold back here for the moment. Can't win the Stalker fight. Formal still alive and has the sword and make it 2. Could find the 3rd. Now he'll get cut down. I believe he dropped the dash as well. So even though it is 65-11, you can turn this game on its head quickly, but it's going to take quite a push.
It will do. Again, though, Team Tommy is looking fantastic. We are just watching Tommy try to get up there to take the ball once again. Drops it back into C, opting not to take it out. Tries to pull out the rockets, but the Spanker's not in hand. Now drops over the top side, maybe looking for more. Unfortunate.
Okay, splash damage, that's fine. Listen, it's a coin flip sometimes, 50-50. The Rockets work, they don't, you gotta move next. But the hold here for Team Tommy, I mean, let's be honest. Tommy has 1 kill in 3 deaths. He's had 4 engagements in the entirety of this, just letting his teammates do the dirty work. And, well, for Team STR8SICK, haven't talked a lot about them, but unfortunately, they haven't put much on the board. This is a potential chance for a break through the back, but it's gonna take a bit of effort as Formal finds another, make it 2. He cleans it up with his sword and has the Stalker in hand. This is really when you can lock this round down. And speaking of that, there it is. Blank, it was so easy.
I mean, yeah, we pulled out the key, we locked that padlock, we got first round. It's easy for them, not making it look difficult whatsoever. And it's kind of crazy because you know Halo Infinite for like the TTK and it being quite slow, but with a Stalk as an energy sword, you know, that's completely turned on its head here. People are dying in a second. It is crazy.
Much like our notes, we were like, how are they going to play the Rockets off spawn? You got a Bulldog, you got a sword. Well, things completely turn on their head. It doesn't even matter anymore. But Blank, when you're in a position like this, right, you lose the first round pretty quickly. You can't break that hold back C, which, again, it's happened to me when playing ranked. What is the strat going in further? Do you try to replicate what Team Tommy did, or are you trying to basically reestablish the connective order there?
You know what I'm doing immediately? I'm in voice chat. I'm trying to rally the team who's not speaking. The one guy that I can hear sighing into the mic. I'm trying to bring him back online. At the moment, though, it looks like STR8SICK 7 points on the board. With another kill there. We'll kind of secure the ball a little bit, but it is out the way. And right now, no one can get on it because that is a straight shooting gallery down the middle.
Oddball will get reset, so plenty of time to begin to move towards the objective once more. And that is not, again, Sentinel's Frosty. Here's a parry, here's a parry, here's a parry. He'll get taken down. STR8SICK wins the battle inside B-Cub. And not only that, you have extra clips inside for the Stalker Rifle. No one around the ball for the moment, but now we start to rotate towards back A. Cafe control here, but very, very weak. Tommy has to play his life appropriately and wait for reinforcements. Formal now making the charge. And there is another one for the big man.
We'll trade it out, though. Upstairs, EcoSmith comes up. He's got the wrong weapon in hand to meet with Frosty. Again, the ball resets, trying to pick it up, take it to Bulldog. Move around to C. I think that's the best option. If you can get it down that street, though, it will roll out of reach. The moment, though, it won't be Tommy being able to secure that one. And finally, Hunter might be able to get across. But with 2 down, you don't have many people to hold. This is an awful position. I've been headshots so randomly from stairs so many times from here. Luckily, he lives with the nades. I'll take him down, Spaceman.
Yeah, these are where the nades come in crucial. Can't escape with the rocks. Nice kill there. We'll shut it down and potentially right behind for the double. It is just in case. Formal, lighten it up. 2 pieces, 3 pieces. There's the triple. Make it an over.
Ooh.
Can't find it, but hey, doesn't matter. You got rocks out of the deal. Everything looks good. Bing bong. We're moving.
It still looked cool, though, Spaceman. We'll give him that. We'll give him that. Rockets in hand. See what you can do with the spanker. See if you can send the boys on the way with a bit of a rock on the bottom.
My man's moving. He's
moving Buki.
He's moving. How does it feel? How does it feel to just watch this greatness?
It feels good. Honestly, I'm hyped up. I'm ready to go. I'm in my room. It's not even hot in here, but I'm feeling pretty hot right now with the gameplay that's going on. It's complete fire.
I feel like we've been wrapped up so much in just these engagements where we also have to remember that the oddball still exists. We still have to hold it for the majority of the time, but they haven't been able to break this at back C. I mean, no matter where you run, it's the perfect. And Formal picks up his, what, 5th in this life? Possibly 6th. One player did drop. We'll make sure we get confirmation from admins whether we continue on. I believe we just will. Maybe we can get a join back in session. Regardless, though, this has just still been a dominant hold, and Formal's going demon time.
I know, 100%. I mean, it's a bit awkward when you lose one, especially in oddball. I know if I lose one, then it's pretty much over for me. But if you just want to play Slayer, that's absolutely fine. You don't really need it. Just get a couple of seconds on the oddball, hold it until that time runs out. In fact, they can do just that, and this would be an incredible win. 3-4 if they're able to make it happen. Team Tommy going God mode at the moment.
What do you do here? How do you break this? You weren't able to do it in the first round. And it's not that Peaver Senpai has 1 kill. That's not the reason, chat. It's because Formal has 14. It's a 3v4, and Formal said, I'm taking over. And, well, he didn't play with SSG yesterday in the qualifiers. They will have to play through the open side of the bracket for the HCS. However, he is clearly showing that he didn't miss a step. Oddball controlled. It's Eagle holding it. Has the Stalker. Here come the rocks to clean things up. Finally, a break, and a necessary one. Blank, this might be their time.
I mean, now you're here, it's so much harder to break a position on the hotball than it is to hold it right. And even with 3, it's so hard because at least one of you got to get on it, and there's just 2 of you holding. They're going to take it over towards PD. I think it's a bad idea. You don't want to go in this enclosed space. There's going to be so many nades going your way, so many red lasers shooting right through you. Energy sword down, but again, we're back on with Formal. Hitting the shots, a double kill comes through. This guy has your head in his sights.
I mean, if you want to bring it to arcade, we can play games. That's totally fine. Don't challenge Formal. Don't do it. The man is on a mission. He's a machine. He finally gets traded for the first time in what seems like all day. 16 and 5, 7 assists, but not a lot of ejected time. Just let him roam. However, the lead continues. It's 76-30. If your team's STR8SICK, plenty of time to bring this one back. Oddball is a fickle game mode. You can absolutely cause the swing, but you have to start getting some of those nade checks out early. We haven't seen a lot of nades come into play here. Maybe this is the time.
I know, right? Especially in this position, you get some really nice ones. Formal, though, very low shield pop, but they're just opting to throw the nades in. They're scared of this man at the moment. STR8SICK, very low, no shields. Does have to back off a bit, but there's a kill that comes through from Hotshot. But he is besieged upon by 3. Yeah, now it starts to get a bit more rough. They're going to have to reset and make something happen.
And now you can start to hold this at back PD. I mean, you have numbers rotating from B steps, 1 in Cafe. And that Cafe spawn will help just to clear out the mid lane. You're even nading your teammate. That works too. But even in situations like this, if you start to swing back from Cafe, you can get a clear shot over to B. You can lock down those lines of sights. Now you're at BR jump. This is where you really start to put this game away. And if you can get a solid hold, you can absolutely come back. But it just seems that Team Tommy have everything figured out for the moment. And this PD hold has not been broken.
Yeah, 3v4, it's an embarrassing affair when you lose those ones. And right now, you know, the boys are making it happen. Optic, Formal, man. He didn't have any ball time before, and we said he had little ball time. He had 0, but finally he realized he has to get on it. Only 8 more seconds on that ball, and it will be victory for them. But it's tied apiece. It can go either way still.
It's been a 3v4 for what seems like 3 minutes now, and it's just continued. 92-63. Anything is possible, but you only need 8 more points.
God,
and with shots like that, you're going to need a little bit more. 66 and counting. There's the break inside PD. Here comes the Bulldog for the first time. We promised it, but he loses it up close to the sword. Hunter responds with 2, and that's the break and the hold. You can absolutely do this from PD.
This is where things start to get a little bit tricky. When you get someone set up here on Stalker on top of A plat, but immediately the shots coming through. Down to 2 once again. You know, Team Tommy is reset effectively with only 2 players. They need the 3 if they're going to break this one. Another trade comes through. They need to start making some more kills here. Eco, how to make it happen as Hunter gets the fadeaway.
They got this hold. They have this hold locked. I mean, this is going to be a round. We're going to have a tie game going into round number 3. All you need to do was get 1 break and start picking up some kills. You have the numbers. Blank, it was a 4v3. They surely were going to be able to bring this to round number 3.
I mean, yeah, but the sad thing is, right, when you're in 3v4, it's a rough scenario for you, and you would love to be able to be in a situation where you could have won that one, especially with 93 seconds on the ball there as a 3v4. Goodness me, Spaceman. Yeah. I mean, that could have been the win right there. It must have been a bit brutal, but we are getting a reset here. I believe we'll be starting a tie when we come back, so it will be that 1 game for the victory here on Oddball Streets.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing right now for STR8SICK and company. They can take a breather, but they can also say, okay, where did Formal come from? How do we stop this? Because he was very clearly taken over until the latter half of that game. However, we have a tie 1 going into OT for the Oddball. Blank, your thoughts so far? We've seen 2 separate holds, 1 at back C ramp and 1 in PD. Pretty standard, I'd say. 1 small rotation through arcade, which, you know, granted, the weapons you're using doesn't really favor it, but anything standing out to you surprisingly in this one?
Yeah, one thing that stands out to me is that Game Pass has PC games, but also, you know, that back A hold was really, really good. And I think that what people don't do enough, which, you know, the guys from STR8SICK team were able to do, is rotate that ball between PD and back A. I feel like people take 1 spot, Spaceman, and then just defend that spot with their life, but forget that the oddball can move. And I think a lot of people don't know enough that if you toss the oddball, it's much like the flag. It will go some distance, and you can change position a lot. And you don't have to commit to one area and just get completely sieged upon. The battering ram Informal comes down there and completely takes you out. So there's a lot of options to you. And here I think that realistically, STR8SICK played that playstyle very, very well.
Yeah, you can even aid the ball, just kind of get it like, you know, a kickstart down the line and just try to get it out. But we haven't seen a lot of pressure towards purple. A couple of rotations from Cafe, which are just natural when you're trying to break the hold at PD. But everything else, we've very much favored that back C hold back at the ramp. And if you hit that little jump, that little slide jump up on top of the boxes, you can get onto the side of the map and then get onto the catwalk. And really, that's kind of how you break driveway. If you don't get that, you have to work through bottom C. And at that point, you're walking into a death trap. Everything else, though, this is pretty standard oddball. So even with the weapons changing, things are pretty much the same. And with that, we have seen a couple of interesting changes. So with these rosters getting announced, was there anything that surprised you? Because seeing that Tommy went immediately for Formal, given the circumstances, just being, you know, those 2 guys who were competitors for years against each other and now playing on the same team, I was like, okay, this is a team that, even with Formal playing in the HCS now, this is a team that absolutely could take a lot of people the distance.
Well, I mean, when you see someone playing for so long and you're a rival with them so long, there's only one reason you're a rival with someone, is if you agree and acknowledge that their skill level is similar to yours. So you're 100% going to pick that guy because you know his abilities, you know what kind of play style he has, because you've had to play against it so much in that situation. So I do think that that team looks really, really strong, but STR8SICK definitely surprised me. I did think that potentially Formal would still go on that massive streak there, Spaceman, and then would get that last 7 seconds and just win oddball out on streets, which would have been crazy, but we are going to that final round.
man, if they win the 3v4, they just send them to the grand finals at that point. We know what it might be.
Yeah, exactly. Get them off.
We got the players getting back into the lobby again. We're just resetting everybody, making sure everybody's good. Again, Game Pass has PC games, so enjoy those codes as they filter out through the chat. With that, let's give you a quick update on what's going on. So we will be getting back into the oddball. Currently, Team Tommy's team will be up 1-0 going in because we had a player drop into round 2. Team Tommy was already up about like 23 seconds. So going into that next round, it's going to be 1-0 Team Tommy, and they will only need 77 points to win. They hold the oddball for 77 points. They win the map 2-0. We played through the second round. We've got the judges on it. That's how we're going to move. So
we
with
gave
that,
them a go.
with that, now there's added pressure to Team STR8SICK, right? Now you have to at least clutch up. You can't give up 77 seconds. You can't give up basically 2 holds with the oddball, and you got to stop formal. How do you do that? How do you do it?
Yeah, it's a tough one, right? And I think Form at the moment he's playing. We're going for these right now.
How do you do it?
I mean to be fair, that's the kind of space that Formal's holding right now. He's holding all the space. He has priority all over the map, and I think that is one thing that you can take into consideration. There's just been a lot of ego challenging. I think when STR8SICK started to play together with his team, and they were holding like a tight-knit group, that was when things started to go their way, because we kind of just saw Team Tommy just hurling themselves at STR8SICK, but they had a very nice hold down towards back A, and with that actual drop shield, they looked very strong. They were able to hold out those nades for a long, long time. So I think that's kind of the play you need to make in that situation as well, Spaceman. I don't know if you'd agree with me, but they've had more time. They've had more time on this game mode, and they've had more time to figure out the playstyle of Team Tommy, and that's always useful.
Yeah. I mean, the more times you get to kind of take a breather, relax, and figure out how you're going to approach breaking those holds, the easier it's going to be when you get back into the game. Speaking of which, what a segue. Now we're back in. Looking at Tommy's POV, he goes down quickly, and that's what I like early on. Get aggression on the ball, try to play for rocks early, and try to hold it and force, kind of the conversation over back to Formal to make those triple kills to open things up. Because, again, only need 77 seconds, but it looks like we got the rotation back over to C.
Now we do. We also have a Bulldog in the hands here of Sneaky Beaver, so holding that on the ball is actually really nice. If you're trying to get close and personal with that ball, you can pull out the Bulldog. You get even just trade one, then the rest of the team can come in for support. Does toss the ball down towards stairs on B, which makes things very awkward. An onslaught of nades comes his way.
Everything's fine. Everybody breathe. Now you move back to the ball if you can. Formal trying to clear out the lane with those initials. He'll tag a couple. The assist is there. Good enough. 2 kills off the early going, only 1 death. Oh, Formal! Oh, you can't miss it like that! Matt! Come on, I know we're H4F, but keep it down, brother. Can't be that bad. Through the back, it's Frosty. No, not Sentinels. Content creator. 24-5. Nice little lead we got at back C. We'll hold this one. You have to hit the catwalk jump, but right behind, it's Tommy. Gets one, Formal with the second, and he'll find 2.
Yeah, and that's a quick break coming through for the guys from Team Tommy. So this is a nice start for them, and they can start to set up at the back tram at the moment. They've got a couple players towards stairs, a couple players towards ramp. This is a nice position to be in here now, Spaceman. I think they can play this one out. Eco Smith off in the distance, playing the off angle. This is beautiful, and this is exactly what you should be doing. If you've got an energy sword in hand, you can play the sneaky angles, kind of push the issue a little bit.
They got rockets up in 10. Again, you're going to start to prioritize that, especially back cafe. There's one. Find the perfect. Can't find the second. But guess what? We have numbers over at rocks, and now is the time for someone like Hunter to steal this out and get away with his life. He won't be able to. The nade combined with the stalker will cut him down right where he stands. But that power weapon still available. Here comes the sword to shut it down. Everyone meeting their demise quickly in this game.
Oh my god, Tommy almost had it there, but whiffs right at the end. Rockets, how did he not die? He took that rocket to the chest, but he was wearing Titan plating. Oh my goodness me.
Great shots. Oh, you wanted to die quicker? There you go. Just shoot at his legs.
I did.
take out the what is it, the ephemeral artery? Is that in the legs? That's probably not in the legs. It doesn't matter. I'm not a doctor. Who cares? Nades everywhere. Oddball looks good. It's a decent lead. They only need 77 points. Blank. How do you break?
How do you break in this situation? Now it starts to get stressful. This is where you start to suffocate. This is when you need the inhaler for Team STR8. They need to bring this one back. 51 seconds now, and they're just playing with it at the moment. We see those red lasers hidden all over the map, making it look pretty.
He's a little bit quieter. Maybe move to the arcade. Hear some of that music. It's pretty fun. 56-26. Make it 60. Where's the break?
Make it 61. There's no break.
It
No one's
62.
coming towards it. Make it 63. Not quite yet. Does drop the ball. Down towards Game Pass has PC Games Tram. Energy Sword back in hand. They're playing with it. They're toying with their prey at the moment here. STR8SICK can make their way in. He's just waiting at the moment, though. Shields are down, but he continues to press it with the thrusters. Hot shot, you're looking good.
That is the beauty of equipment and Halo competitive. We finally have it back for the first time since Halo 3, and my god, is it beautiful. Get things like that. Speaking of things, this is one of them. 38, make it 40. You got some of that lead back, cutting into the deficit, but right from behind, it's Formal, and he gets absolutely annihilated. The ball shuts him down, and you might be looking at a tie game quickly, but surrounded, the numbers aren't there. You're gonna have to play this one carefully.
Yeah, Skull sends his Skull right into the top of that ledge, and I don't know, man. I wouldn't be waking up for 20 seconds, let alone 10 seconds on the respawn. Starts to move around the side. 60 seconds already accrued here for Team STR8SICK. You know, right now at the moment, it does feel like Team Tommy are a little bit disjointed, Spaceman.
Yeah, and again, if you're just joining us, it's already a 1-0 lead. We had to quick reset for Team Tommy. They only need 77 seconds in this round, so they need 15 more and they win it. But this hold starting to rotate over towards Arcade, and if you don't have pressure in that B Cub, you can move to PD, get numbers set up, and hold for the last couple of seconds. Can't switch in time. There's the break we were looking for, and Team Tommy now needs to capitalize on numbers down. It's 2 dead for the moment. STR8SICK can't force this 4v2, but they don't have any choice. They have to parry. They have to parry. They get the kill inside closet, and well, Red Room can be dangerous for that. 64, make it 65 and counting. Only a couple more points needed.
You got the fencing going down, but he also got Formal with the beautiful shots. Has to go for the recharge here very quickly. Gets another one, gets a third. Goodness me, with the double there. And now one more. He just makes it look easy with this thing.
That's it. That'll be the game. It's 77 points. They got it done. And you can see some of the celebrations there. I think they know it as well. We might just play this one out just to play it out. Make it 100 even. And that was a very, very calm, calculated comeback. And that'll be the game. Rockets didn't even matter that much. Just give Formal the Stalker Rifle. 12 kills, 9 deaths, 4 assists. Eat him up. It looks good. All locked up in that one. The first start of this best of 3 goes to Team Tommy.
Yeah, we've been frying them with those red lasers the whole time, you know. That's when Aquarius really, really kicks off.
It certainly does, and you know, even with the 20-second delay, you're still going to be playing for camo off rip. And again, we have stalker rifles in hand, but even maybe the Mangler might make its appearance. We know how deadly it can be up close. Early on, though, it's 2 kills to open things up for Team STR8SICK. We'll see if they can continue that same success as we move into Aquarius Slayer. It's game 2 of the series. Let's get underway.
Yeah, no trades on either of those kills, though, but quickly, we do see Team Tommy get a few back. And that's just a case of lining it up for Frosty there. Makes it look easy. And once again, this is what I'm talking about, the ego coming through from Team Tommy. Not to say that it's going badly. 7-2, that doesn't look good. STR8SICK, their team is looking nice. And I think that, you know, it's time for Team Tommy to step back and think themselves, maybe we do have to play as a team.
Yeah, and like the commitment early on with the sword, just to move into the base. And again, cause disruption, clear out what you can. But the Stalker, so great with controlling the middle lanes and hunting players down as they rotate, whether it's, you know, through bottom basement. They move Needler side. You can use that Stalker to cut them, move in with the sword, clean up the kills with these trades. That's what we love as Tommy finds his first. And now a chance for Morris. Formal puts shots down at range, but won't connect with much. Stalker rifle's still good from this angle. Watch out for the Dynamo. Watch out for that, Formal. Move back with your teammates, and now here comes the push towards the backside.
He hit that moving downwards. Goodness me, on the downslope. Sneaky Beaver, though, gets a nice nade from across the way, and there's a trade. So now we're back tied up 8-8. Not the best of starts there for Team Tommy, but they bring it back pretty easily. Not before an energy sword cuts him to pieces.
Frequency of kills was a little bit dangerous off the early going for Team STR8SICK. They were up, what, 7-2? So we've seen things quickly turn around. Oh, nice dive. That's what the thruster's for. Welcome to equipment. Halo Infinite's a different title. Still have a little bit left in the tank and a lot in that Stalker Rifle to move back in the basement. But guess what? We're moving into the opposite spawn. Let's get a little bit cheeky here. A chance, a sword, a dive. It's good. STR8SICK gets one.
I mean, EcoSmith hits a nade mid-air as well, which was pretty surprising. Quickly, the boys from Team Tommy, they have to move back into their base. You can see all the red lighting up around Aquarius. You know, this place is blue, as blue can be, but we're bringing the red to the party now. Nice sword in hand there for Frosty. We'll put down one player, looking for another, but EcoSmith kind of just bonks him on the head, sends him back to the lobby.
One of the really nice things about Infinite this year has been the changes to equipment, right? Like now you can pick up camo OS, you can hold it for a specific duration of time if you choose to, but if you kill someone before they pop it, that essentially shuts down the play, and then it's a scramble to get back and recover said resources. So we've seen a couple instances here where trying to pick up camo early on, it doesn't quite work out, and with that, the lead continues to grow ever so slightly. 21-17, a 4-point lead. Team STR8SICK making the most out of their positions for the moment as Hunter is able to tag a couple, and Tommy has to play his life.
Yeah, move away. I think thrusters are probably one of my favorite additions to the game, to be honest with you. They're such a small little thing. Getting some more kills coming through, but they're not so impactful that they're ridiculous, but they're impactful enough for clutch moments. And I think that's one of the best things about Halo Infinite. It's just those little minor things that add to the gameplay.
It's not so much an offensive weapon anymore like it was in Halo 5. You can really use it to, get into position, to get out of position, but you can't always overwhelm your opponents. Just got to know when to pop it. So far, though, it's been pretty back and forth, and while it was about a 5-kill lead to open the game, since then, I mean, blank, this has been pretty dead even. A couple of trades and a couple of swings, but Team STR8SICK continuing their lead. 25-22, we switch POVs back over to STR8SICK himself, the man on a mission at the moment to try to tie this series up. Great shots at range to take out Ghost. Looking for the second, but at a 9-5 count, that's a pretty good start.
Yeah, he's looking strong at the moment. I mean, this is a good beginning to the game. On Tommy's side, you still have Formal sitting there with 7 kills, but the 8th death is the thing that really sticks out to me. I mean, he has just been running around the map, trying to find anything where he can, but feeding a lot of kills over to Team STR8SICK. If they can win this one, they will be 1-1. 26-32, sorry. Oh my god, it's still going up. Team STR8SICK really making this one happen. It's looking difficult.
We saw Camo get grabbed momentarily. I don't know if it's still in play. We will try to get eyes over it at the moment. But again, the team in blue doing what they do best. 35-27, starting to pull away a little bit more as this game winds down. And a chance from the back. A couple of trades there, but here's a follow-up with the sword. Now ring around the rosy. We might have lost visuals, but a little bit of a clue from your teammates who are there. Now move up towards the step side, and you can just throw nades, bank him off the stairs, and flush out players holding their lines. There's a push from the back. 2 more dead. Every time we see a couple of pinstripes in the kill feed, it's constant 2 dead. Team STR8SICK doing a very good job of trading together.
Yeah, I mean, I do love that coming through from Frost. He's kind of taped an OS to his bum side there and just running around, like, taunting people with it. Everyone's trying to chase him down, but they're getting nothing done. 41 now to 30. Team STR8SICK on an absolute tear at the moment. Team Tommy looking like that Slayer on Aquarius. It's not their type.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different map and mode. Some things just don't work like they do on streets. We see that here. Formal at 8-12. But on the other side, that's what the IGL of STR8SICK is for. Someone to get the troops back in line. Beaver Senpai, currently 11 kills to his name and not that many deaths. So the engagement's working. Help from the back. But another trade, another one goes back into the pocket of Team STR8SICK. They only need 8 more kills and they'll get game 2. They'll tie up the series 1-1. What a way to do it, especially on Aquarius.
It's going to be really hard to even this one up, but I mean, I've seen crazier things happen. Right now, we're 35-42. I'm seeing Formal very low at the moment, tries to slip round. 36-43, so they are bringing it back. Oh my goodness me, now only trailing by 5.
They're going to make the play for Camo. I don't blame them. You get thrust, try to dump it back on Camo, and if you can escape, that's what you do. They'll pick it up. This is a huge play, an opportunity now. Team Tommy, this is the best look they've had all game to potentially tie it up, and hopefully you can sneak from the back and use this sword to get in position. It's Formal who has Camo, and Formal working his way towards back base, but he's able to spot one, gets the headshot, turns for the second. Formal, finish your food. He won't get it. Camo burned. That might have been the game.
Yeah, realistically, you needed like a couple of kills with that one. But still, we're going backwards and forwards here. 42-44. Goodness me, Spaceman. This one's getting right down to the wire. I'm getting nervous. I'm starting to sweat.
You want a way to cool off. Game Pass has PC games, but the lead is still in STR8SICK's hands. It's 45-44, just 1 kill separating. And you have to play your life now. We say it all the time. We mean it here. Play your life, circle out with your teammates, trade effectively. Eco ties it up.
I can't believe we just tied the knot here at 45-45. You see Frosty trying to get in with that energy sword, whiffs. There's the parry, and he gets it back on board. 47-45 now. How has this happened, Spaceman?
I don't know. They've lost the lead, and now they're panicking. 48, only 2 kills needed. It's a bit of a bloodbath down at bottom mid, and now 48, make it 49. One more. Optic, Formal, Tommy, Ghost, Eco, bringing it back from the brink. That Stalker might do all that they need, and they can push into the base and play their lives.
They're all in one spot. That energy sword only needs to find one. The nades come through. The extinguisher's there. And realistically, they need to extinguish the fire that is coming through from Team Tommy. They finish it up 50-46. Goodness me. And Team